putting some shadows on the nest, and I'm using a mixture of Payne's Grey and Cerulean Blue, quite watery. I was happy with the nest, but it needs a bit more depth in the middle, and at the moment it's all one tone, so some areas need to be darker whilst other bits of the nest can stay as they are. So definitely I need it to be much darker in the middle to get that depth, as if you were looking into it. Going right round the eggs. Can pretty much wash over the whole lot, and the detail will still show through. Just give the impression of that whole area being a bit darker. I'm going to wiggle that around the moss a little bit, because I don't want all the moss to be dark. Right, I need to concentrate now, so you'll just have to watch. Definitely need it to be really dark around the eggs, because that will make the eggs stand out. There we go, it's getting there. A bit more around this one. Now this one's got a leaf on the top, so I don't want the shadow to go on that leaf, because that's catching the light from above. So there, and then to make the leaf stand out a bit more, we go around the back of that. That's better. Be careful not to obliterate anything. I think that's okay. I'm going to have a bit more shadow in the moss. And there will be shadows on the eggs, but I think I'm going to do those a little bit paler, so that I don't lose the eggs in the bottom of the nest. Well, that's made a nice hole in the nest. Now I'm going to have a little look around the outside, and I've got this moss here is a little bit lower than the rim of the moss, so if I darken that, the rim of the nest rather, then that will make that drop down a little bit. Can you see that now? That moss looks like it's lower because it's got a slight shadow over it. But I don't want a straight edge on that. I want a wiggly edge, because the shadows are sort of skipping over the moss a little bit. So just squiggle that round. That's better. What else? I think we need to go, these bits here need to look like they're going backwards and hiding at the back of the nest. So I'm going to make those a bit darker. There we are. Now, my light is coming from the left, so I need to have a more dark area here. So I'm going to definitely this bit here, which is almost underneath the nest. So that is definitely darker, but I've got 2 layers of moss. This little bit of moss is higher, so I don't want to put any shadow on that. And I also want this rim of the nest to stay really light and stand out from the rest of it. So I'm going to continue to make this side of the nest darker. Oh, I think I may need to concentrate a bit more on that. Before that shadow dries, I've got to put some more squiggly edges on my moss, as if the moss was making a shadow. So I'll just pull that out a little bit. There we go. And the same down here. Oh, not too obvious. Let's just cut into that feather a little bit. On that dark bit there. There's some of these twiggy bits are making a shadow of their own, so we'll just follow that shape. This one. I might just put a couple more just for good measure. I've got a leaf there, which that's a little bit dark. Still a little bit dark. I'll take that off a little bit. And on my bits of baler twine, they've got a bit of the shadow. There we are. And what else? I think I might make the whole shadow on the right a little bit bigger and a bit paler. So I'm doing that sort of thing. Just pull it out from the nest a little bit. That's better. That makes the nest look deeper because it's casting a slightly bigger shadow. let's get a feather shadow down here. That'll do. Don't want to overdo it. And I'll get some clean water. Oh, not clean enough. Just to sort of fade that out a little bit. There's a squiggly shadow here. Yeah. And let's pull that one out a little bit and make some shadows as if that one there was casting shadows. That one's got some little dots on it, so I'm going to just do a little flick there. Oh, see if I can make it look like the dotty bits are casting a shadow. Right, now I just concentrate for a moment, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I'm putting a bit more Payne's Grey because I want it slightly darker on this side. More Payne's Grey, I love Payne's Grey. Want to make that top rim stand out a bit more, so I think I'm going to put a tiny bit of shadow here and a bit more down here. Oh, I don't want to overdo it. You don't want to lose your painting underneath. Now I'm mixing up a slightly paler shadow colour so I can put a little bit on the eggs, but not too much. Let's have. Oh, okay, looking a bit grubby down here. I'm going to lift that off. This one's got quite a definite shadow around here. Let's have a look around there, like that. And curve it, because the egg's got a curve. I might go to a smaller brush, and these two have got a little bit that separates them. It just comes there. That's better. Have a little bit more on the top edge. Like that. And then what have we got on the other one? We've got a little bit of shadow at this end. And here, from the side of the nest. And we've also got a shadow of the pieces of grass that are coming over the top. They have to follow the curve of the shell of the egg. So, what do they do? They go up the side. That one has got a shadow that sort of cuts across like that, and then that one has got a shadow across there, but they're quite subtle. Now I wonder if that feather is casting a shadow, and I think it's doing a little tiny. Oh, where's my tiny brush? It's just doing a little wispy thing like that across the shell. And the leaf is not really casting a shadow because it's higher up while that's wet, I'll just make that shadow a bit stronger, and I'll make that one a bit in the middle. There's a shadow in the middle, and make that shadow there a bit stronger. Phew, right, I think, oh no, I was going to say I thought we were done, but we're not, because this feather is shaded on that side. Now, are the other feathers shaded anywhere? Maybe that little bit of that one. That one's got a twist which I haven't really captured, but I'm going to just make it a bit darker there. Oh, phew, I think that's done. Good. There you go.